Hello, my name is Sarah Nickerson. I'm a psychic medium intuitive. My website is nextgenmedium.com, and I have a mission. My mission is to change humanity in 3 ways. 3. Not just one way, 3 ways. And these 3 ways are meant to create a human being experience, fully embodied, able to access truth and information with an internal resource, be able to guide yourself with an inner partnership, and to understand what the fuck to do with yourself in this life. How do I do that? 3 things: psychic medium ownership, intuition integration, and number 3, life purpose alignment. These 3 things are yours to have. You have access to all of this stuff and all the tools necessary right now. And to get to this place builds a life of contentment, ease, and abundance. Who doesn't want that? This is what we can have as humans, as a society, as a global world of people. And this is my mission. My work is intended to bring you to a place of, I've written this down, so I'm looking at my cheat sheet. I just want to make sure I'm concise and clear. My work is intended to bring you to a place of witnessing your psychic medium abilities, accessing information via observation of the imagination. I also intend to bring you to a place of discerning your tool of intuition, which is your inner guide for decision making through sensation and emotion. And lastly, my work is intended to bring you to a place of discovering and moving towards your life purpose. What inspires you, what you create, and only you can create, and what you give to the world. So my last video, I've been calling it the recommitment video because I have basically abandoned like my socials and YouTube and all this stuff. I've been going on through my own personal journey the past year or so. And so I've been kind of focused on surviving. You might know what that's like. And I've come to a place where I've had enough of putting off NextGEN Medium for the perfect time to do these things, to say this stuff. I've actually created lots of stuff that a lot of people don't even know exist. And a lot of it's behind a paywall. And the reason for the paywall was so that I could survive and have time, energy, and attention on creating this stuff that I'm giving to you. And that formula did not work. And so I'm tired of waiting. And I'm just putting it on YouTube. Just do it. I am not working my purpose if nobody's learning anything, if nobody's understanding things, if you can't access it, then I'm useless. Then I'm not working my purpose. So fuck it. This is how it's gonna happen. Okay. Here it is. We're doing it. So this video is supposed to be more of a clarification of the hows and whys of doing the things that I do and what it's supposed to bring for you. So how did this all come about? Well, I was 33, and I'm going to go back to my script here, but I was 33 when I discovered how to tap into my psychic medium and intuitive abilities. And since then, I've gained the belief that these abilities are available to everybody. I lived a life not knowing I could do these things, not knowing this was available to me, not even knowing if this stuff was real. And now I live a life fully accessing this stuff and using it in my everyday life. And my life's pretty normal. But life before knowing this stuff, and then life exploring, discovering, gaining its truth, having belief in that, and now existing with this stuff has shifted my whole perspective on what this life is about and how to navigate it, how to be in it, because it's a different game than the game we're used to. And I know the difference because I've seen it. I've existed in it. I've had a perspective that was challenged. And I had something else to compare reality to. And really, it's perceptive reality. But I don't want to get too crazy into that. We're not in one of those videos quite yet. So I understand what life is like disconnected from these abilities. And I now understand what life is like owning psychic medium abilities, tuned into and following what I've grown to understand is my intuition, and understanding what it feels like to navigate your everyday working your life purpose. This work and your work is how we as humans gain our inner authority and results in embodying our human experience most fully and with most satisfaction and ease. Life is so much easier than what you're experiencing. It can be so much easier. And there's a lot of things, I keep going off the script. There's a lot of things that you experience that aren't of you, that are you coping with the environment and the people, and to get along with that, shaping you into something you aren't naturally. And so getting to know these abilities, getting to know your life purpose, understanding and recognizing what your intuition is, brings you back into control, into your own inner authority that's taken out of you when you're so young. Okay, back to the script. My mission is to teach you what I've discovered, support my mission, and shift your world by helping me in the following ways. Pick or choose. Donating on my Patreon, link in the description. Purchase my Soul Ability Discovery Workshop e-course. It's at nextgenmedium.com. Link is in the description. Sign up for a mentoring session or multi-week program at nextgenmedium.com with me. Like and subscribe to this channel and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so Weisenhouse. Again, my mission. I just want to change humanity. No big deal. 3 ways that I want to do that. Psychic medium ability ownership, intuition integration, and life purpose alignment. How do I do that? Well, first of all, I had to experience stuff. And then once I experienced the things and my mind got blown, I had time to dissect what's going on, what is reality. A year after learning where in my imagination I had to go to access truth of psychic mediumship ability, of the artifacts that become evidential information, it took me a year to get to the point of going, this is real life, and I can do this. But it also took me a year because there's so much that gets in the way. There's so much that I automatically did that a lot of us do. And we're conditioned to do that. And a lot of that stuff got in the way of the truth, of accessing it, of seeing it, of just observing it. So I understand the difficulties that result in trying to see if this stuff is truth or not truth. How do I want to do this? So, like I said, it took me time to recognize what I recognized in that psychic medium ability has truth. Okay, that took about a year. I want to say another year later, maybe longer, is when I started to see or distinguish intuition. Intuition. When I experienced my psychic medium stuff, intuition was integrated in the mix. Like, you know how when you're making cake mix? No, I didn't go to bread dough. I went to cake mix. You know why? Because cake is awesome. You got your cake mix. It's in the box. It's got all of the stuff in it. It's already mixed in. And then you got to add oil. And then you got to add eggs. Well, what I was experiencing right away was the cake mix all mixed up already. And so I had to learn to discern what was psychic and what was medium. And what I didn't even realize was that intuition was in there already. And I didn't even really have a concept of what intuition was until maybe 2 years into the process. 1.5 years, 2 years in the process. And then it was just like, oh my God, intuition is amazing. You can't do psychic mediumship without intuition. And then the more I started to analyze my intuition, the more I realized intuition is the bridge between the physical self and the metaphysical self. The self that interacts with the physical world and the self that interacts with a metaphysical world, spiritual world, whatever term you want to give that. It's experienced in the mind. Once I started understanding what intuition was, I started asking, why? What is intuition about? What's the point of it? And that's when I started understanding intuition's to get you to the best version of you. The higher self, the God self, be aligned with the divine, whatever. If you can understand the concept that you are a work in progress, there's a you that is the youest of yous that you are always working towards. Intuition is what guides you to that. Working your purpose not only guides you to that most pointedly, but it also allows for you to invest in the good things that come from aligning with that higher self. I call it higher self. Some people, that puts them off a little bit, and I get it. Sometimes we get too woo-woo and spiritual, or we use words that are really loaded, and I really want to avoid that. Because I don't want people to feel feels, even though I have no control over that. But I want to do my best in order for people to be open to the information that I have. Okay? So, how do I work my purpose? How do I teach people the 3 amazing things? I give you tools, I offer exercises, and I help explain with concepts to tap into your innate psychic medium abilities. I educate you on how to discern and utilize your intuition, and I help you define and work your purpose through assessments, looking back at your past, creating a roadmap that steps you through the process. And I'm going to give you a hint, too, right now. It's all about emotions. No, emotions are not an obstacle. Emotions deliver you to the best version of you. Emotions are tools. And if you can wrap your brain around that, then you're on the road to success with this. My job is to bring this information and exercises and guidance for experiences in a relatable way. Like I said, I don't want to put all these crazy words in there that you hear, like, what are the words? Abundance is a word that you hear all the time with spirituality. And listen, I'm going to use the word because that word is an appropriate word for things. But I hate that it's a trend word for spiritual stuff, and it's lumped into other things that I think aren't helping the cause. I guess is the way that I would put that. But, you know, I've had lots of experiences that I think a lot of people would be like, I have something similar. I understand where you're coming from, you know? And I'll get into like that relatable stuff when it comes about. But I really want to be able to be authentic, and I think that automatically brings that relatability. And so there's going to be F words, there's going to be conversation, there's going to be videos where I look back and I go, oh my God, I could have been more concise with that. But that's why I have a script here today, because I want to be concise, I want to be clear. But sometimes something's going to hit me and I'm just going to want to do a video about it. And that's me in the moment, that's me spontaneous, and that's me inspired. And let me tell you what, kids, working your purpose starts with inspired thoughts and continues to inspired action, which is me turning on this camera, hitting record, and doing my thing. My job is to direct you towards realizations and experiences that expose you to opportunities that are meant to build your own personal truths and beliefs. Experiences equals opportunity for truth, for belief. You decide whether it is or not. Only you can decide that. My job is to set realistic understanding and expectations of your journey. When you hear the word psychic, there's a lot of things that come to mind. And a lot of these things were put there because of TV shows, because of movies, because of all kinds of things that want to sensationalize stuff. Give it a spin that makes it seem unnatural or supernatural, special. I'm here to set the expectation. I'm pointing at the word. Set the expectation. This is not special stuff. You have the tools right now. If you can have self-awareness, you're already a step in the right direction. If you can look at something and shut off the internal judging, criticizing, planning thing, you are already a step in the right direction. It sounds easy. It's really hard. My experiences, time and effort in analysis, my own personal interest and curiosity, these things are specialized in the area of psychic abilities, mediumship abilities, intuition, and life purpose. This stuff has been my passion for the past 5 years, to the point where I quit my corporate job to pursue this. Not because it made my life financially easier, because it has not, but because I'm so passionate and so sure that this will change people's lives, because it has changed mine profoundly. My personal shift in perspective and perception has become my personal mission in this life. It's become my personal mission in this life in that the inner authority I've gained and analyzed can be experienced by others. I believe it. And I can see when people don't have that. And rarely do I feel that people do. I want to change that. Psychic, mediumship, intuition, and life purpose are terms and concepts that you may be familiar with. Some of them may not seem possible or a reality for you right now. And I'm not here to convince you that these are real. That is not my job. My job is not to convince people of anything. Exploration and experiences of these things is what should do the convincing, bring you the opportunity for belief or inner truth, and that is what I want to help you with. The exploration, gaining experiences, trying to wrap your mind around what the fuck is going on with these things. And when these things, I feel like I'm making a Martin Luther King Jr. speech. And when these things are experienced as reality, what you get is access to truth and a view of possibility, a personal resource. It's like Wikipedia in your brain. Gain awareness of your options that you are not aware of or recognize were available to you. Recognize the control that you do have in life and the responsibilities you do have in life. Gain trust in your own inner authority and gain a path that brings you freedom, contentment, and ease more consistently. It just keeps going. Now, this is the part of the video where I explain a little bit more of the three things. So there are three things, right? But there's something these three things all together bring, which is the ultimate mission. And I'll get to that in a second. Let me take a little drink. My speech is scratching my throat a little bit. Man, I'm so tired right now. I don't know how I'm doing this. It's that passion. It just fuels me. These three things. Oh, I guess I'm going to tell you right now. These three things, psychic, mediumship, intuition, and purpose, they build an individual who owns their personal authority, lives authentically, lives a life of ease, and feels content and secure. Let's throw abundance in there. You know why? Because, physical world abundance has a different meaning than metaphysical world abundance. What's interesting is it's not so plentiful, metaphysical abundance, as it would be in physical world abundance, because we have this funny belief that we need more in order to feel we have it, abundance. But the fact that we just have it is abundance, not how many. Okay. Why these three things? Let's break it down. Psychic mediumship. What is psychic mediumship? Here I've been saying it this whole time. Let me clarify. Quickly, this is my quick definition. Using mental senses to observe and interact with places, like locations, places in time. Mediumship is with entities. All of this stuff, beyond this physical realm, happens in the mental space. Psychic mediumship opens you up to the mental, metaphysical reality, which works very differently than the physical world we are used to, and is the only place we know. I would say most of us know. We can't recognize its dysfunction and our dysfunction in it because we have nothing to compare it to. So when you get a chance to open up to the metaphysical world, realm, spiritual world, mental world, really need a term for that, you get the ability to see the world for what it is, now and in the past and in the future, for yourself and for those around you and beyond. Psychic mediumship, keywords, SEO words. Gain possibility and clarity. Gain awareness of your own conditioning that has steered you away and distracted you from your tools, your inner authority, and personal purpose. It's a resource. That's what psychic mediumship is to me. That is a resource for truth. Okay? Cliff note. Intuition. Let's talk about that one. Intuition is using sensation and emotion as guidance towards ease and contentment. It's how you find your happy place. Using your intuition. You feel your intuition through sensations in the body and through emotions. Okay? Now intuition's the shit. I just gotta say, of all the things I've come across in my journey, intuition is the one that blew my mind. Now, experiencing psychic mediumship, having information that can be confirmed and validated, that comes from an impossible place. Like, that is shock and awe. That is like, holy fuck, reality is not what I thought it was. And who am I to do these things? I must be misunderstanding something. Something's not right here. I'm not the person that should be able to do that. And that should not be able to be done. And then when it does happen, over and over and over and over and over, and you get to the point where it's like, all right, I'm denying that this is taking place, that this is happening. So psychic mediumship is pretty astounding. Because then it's like, oh my god, there's more to my reality than just this. Intuition, though, that just blew the lid off the place. Like, holy crap. Like, intuition is integrated in psychic mediumship. And it happens in my everyday life where I'm just looking at someone and I feel a way and I get a sensation and then you start seeing like, wait, I felt an emotion, but that comes from my conditioning and that's fucking up my messaging of intuition. That's why we're held captive. Why we can't follow it. Why some people might not believe it. Because something is getting in the way. Something has hijacked emotions. Okay. But here's the thing about intuition. That is the way that I put it. It is the foundation of soul ability work. Soul ability, psychic, mediumship, healing. There's other stuff I could put in there. But those are the core ones that I talk about when I say soul ability. This is the stuff that happens in the mental world that you can access and witness, observe information, and also interact. Okay? With things that you shouldn't be able to interact with. Creating change in things that somehow can change just by your intention of doing so. Yeah, it's the foundation of soul ability. Work is integrated in the psychic medium experience. Here's my favorite thing about intuition. Of anything that I teach, anything that I talk about, intuition is the bridge I think I already said this in the video, bridge between the physical world and the metaphysical worlds. And you don't have to see things in your mind's eye. You don't have to be able to predict the future. You don't have to talk to dead people. You don't have to understand chakras and all this shit. Intuition is just feeling an emotion and feeling sensation. There's work to be done there. It's not that easy for a modern Western cultured person to follow intuition right away. There's things that need to be understood about it. But holy shit, come on now. If we're not in the era of discovering our own human technology, which we could be, this is what's going to lead the way. Understanding intuition. Intuition, inner guidance that you feel. You gain trust in yourself through this partnership with your intuition. I also like to think of it as the higher self is speaking to you with your intuition. Your intuition is when you feel sensation and emotion that hit in a way that make you go, oh, I think I need to go that way. I think I need to do that thing. Keywords, SEO words, inner trust, security, power. Yeah, authenticity. With intuition, you really start understanding how much of yourself you are not being. How much of yourself you've had to change. But intuition also gives you options. You just have to recognize when it does that. And that's what I want to bring to you. All right, last one, purpose. Purpose is how you bring contentment and ease into your life for yourself and those around you. That easy. Purpose uses intuition guidance in order for you to refine and define your purpose. Your purpose can be really broad, but with time and experiences, it gets more and more refined and pointed is the word that I always like to say. So I like to think like you have these experiences and you start navigating and going, I'm not really into that. And so things kind of narrow down. Like, I like it over here. And then you try something over here and you're like, I like it over here. And so you can see with time and experiences, you have to have experiences. You start really narrowing down what exactly your purpose is and how you're going to work it. Well, heads up, your purpose is to help people. What's that called? Spoiler alert? Yeah. Okay. And if you scoffed at that I said that to help people, I can understand why you would. Because I did that for a long time. Until I found the thing that I was like, holy shit, this is gonna just blow people's minds. I can't wait to tell people, pulling people to the side of the road going, excuse me, I got something that could help you. Or I like meet randos and I'm like, oh, higher self, blah, blah, blah. And they're just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, it's okay. Everything's all right. I don't care if you're judging me. I think this could help you. You gotta learn your audience, though. You can't just do that to randos. Might get punched in the face. Nobody wants that. Okay. I think I said all the things. No, I didn't. I didn't finish with purpose. I gotta wrap this up, you guys. I don't know how these go on for so long. It's only 2 pages of writing. It shouldn't take this long. Purpose brings excitement, exhilaration, inspiration into your life, and the more you focus on it, the more you invest in it coming back to you in the future. And purpose, how you bring the most to this life, living authentically you. That's all we want. We just want you. It's all intertwined Psychic mediumship opens you up to what's available. It shows you options. It shows you the alternative. Intuition helps direct you on where to go using emotions. And purpose, how do you figure out what your purpose is? How do you narrow down more and more and more what's going to focus your energy the most impactfully? Utilizing emotions, utilizing intuition. And you might find the more integrated you get with your intuition and your purpose, the more often psychic and mediumship things occur. Because you're really getting in tune with a version of you that's outside the body. That's wacky, isn't it? That's kind of stuff I'm gonna tamp down because I don't want to put you off. But let me tell you what, once you start experiencing this stuff as your reality, the kind of shit that I say like that, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, yes, girl. Because then you'll be like, I got you, I know what you're talking about. Because you'll get the downloads too. Okay, there it is. I think I said all my things. Moving forward, oh, this is the warning. Moving forward, more content will be added to start your journey that will be narrowed down to psychic mediumship, be narrowed down to talking about intuition and life purpose. And maybe there will be some random stuff in between that relates to these subjects, and I bring it forward in order to clarify understanding or to bring you an exercise, or something else. I don't know. The future can tell. And maybe I can see the future, right? So my medium psychic. Yeah. That takes energy. I want to give you every opportunity. Alright, I'm getting serious here. Because this is really from my heart. I want to give you every opportunity to discover and embody and explore your psychic medium and intuitive abilities, and to understand and work your life purpose. I want to write books. I want to create in-person experiences. I want to offer guided meditations, self-development tools so you can do it on your own, opportunities to do it with other people, which is the way to do this stuff. Like, you're going to hit a wall at some point if you're doing it by yourself. There's a point when you got to do it with other people. Sorry to burst your bubble. But I'm not there yet, so I can't offer those things at this point. But I want to. I want to develop self-development workbooks and so much more. There's so many things I want to do. And to help get me there, I ask that you donate or purchase to help me work my purpose and help change humanity. Your experience can become your purpose to help others and to help humanity too. You will benefit from it. Patreon, NextGenMedium.com. You can get the courses I've created, the services I have of mentorship. What else do I have? I think I have an e-guide that I made called the Zero F's Guide. And you can also like and subscribe to this video. Go to my socials. I have Facebook and Instagram. All the links for all the things are in the description below. What I would love to do with my Patreon, so right now it's just like $3 and I'll mention you in the next video. But I want to do so much more with the Patreon, where once I start discussing these things and I start giving you guidance on how to go about doing things, there are things I can offer that will make the process easier for you. And these are the kinds of things I want to do for Patreon or to have available on my website. A way for you to support me in a way that's affordable for you, but that I can benefit from, in which I can actually put time and energy and effort into this, you know. I gotta pay the bills too, and it's not like, you know, I want to be on the Forbes list. I just want to raise my family and have food in the cupboards and work my purpose. And that's abundance to me. So check out the resources in the description below. Thank you for watching. I have my scripts ready to talk about psychic mediumship and to get you started on that journey. So be sure to subscribe so you know that that's coming. Oh, notification, there's a bell, there's some sort of something or other I should be saying there that maybe makes more sense. But so that's to come soon. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.